So the video that you're about to see was sent on my Facebook page in the comments feed. I really appreciate the lady Jane who made the videos, because honestly I was pretty inundated for that day with like crazy messages. I think this was like the second wave of crazy messages from FM World reps that I've had. I think what's happened is someone's shared it in an FM World group and then they've seen it and then they've come on and gone mad. I made the comments feed public. I want people to come and you know, start a discussion, because there was a lot of people in the comments feed who were quite level-headed, asking questions. Jane was one of them, and I'm happy to answer. And I just thought it would be interesting. We could put the videos together and let people watch for themselves what she has to say as an FM World rep, and perhaps her opinion is quite representative of a lot of FM World reps, and then my answers. So here it is. Apologies if I've pronounced any of your titles incorrectly. There are a lot of titles, and the names are really difficult to remember. So yeah, here you go.
I thought I'd drop on and do a video rather than a comment. I've heard your video, both of them, of which you seem to be intent on tearing down the networking, and in particular MLM sales. You've done loads of extensive research on it all, so you claim. Your research shows basically you're trying to out them for having a pyramid selling scheme. Where is it that my debate to you, and anyone who knows me knows I love a good debate, isn't life a ladder, a pyramid, whatever you want to call it? Don't everyone start at the bottom and work their way up one way or another? And whoever's at the bottom, there's always someone above them and someone above them, and so on till you get to the very top, where you're sat there, that CEO is sat there reaping the pockets of everyone who's working like little hamsters on a wheel for him to have the money in his bank account. You know, instead of tearing down women and men, why don't you build each other up?
Hi Jane, thanks for your video. I just don't want to go on too long. As far as a pyramid scheme goes, just first let's get to that. A corporation is, it might look like a pyramid scheme, but every single person in a corporation earns at least minimum wage. And the level at which you enter a corporation or a company, whatever you want to call it, will all depend on your skills, your expertise, your education level. If you have no skills, no expertise, no education, you'll go in on the bottom, but you'll earn at least minimum wage. You'll work your hours, you'll know your hours, you'll get sick pay, and any other benefits of working in that job. You will be able to move yourself up the company, but it will be based on your performance rather than recruiting people. An MLM scheme, which is a legitimised pyramid scheme, legitimised only by the fact that they involve a product, and that is a legal loophole. It relies on you recruiting people beneath you, and that's how you work your way up. And yes, you can have somebody beneath you that then recruits a whole bunch more people than you, and she can technically be at a higher level than you, but that's the difference between a MLM pyramid scheme and a legitimate company. 99% of people who get involved with MLM schemes, that's an official statistic, by the way, and I will find a link. You can Google it yourself. 99% will make no money at all. None. Only 1% make money in MLM schemes. And that's the 99 people. In FM world, there's thousands of people, and there will be hundreds in the 1% with the thousands of people. So tearing down women, tearing down people, no, I'm not. I am sickened by the idea that we are getting, there are vulnerable people, single mums, people that are leaving school, and there's such a dead job market. You know, people whose husbands have lost their jobs and have relied on his salary. You know, anything you can think about. Financially vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable people who are being sold this as the answer to their financial problems, and in fact it does nothing. It loses them money because they're encouraged to keep stock of inventory that they can't sell. They're told that if they, in this saturated market, they're told by the uplines that got in 3 years ago that they could be where they are now if they worked harder, they recruited more people, and it's a lie. for people now to get to those levels, I mean, just forget about the statistics I got from FM World. A lady, Samantha, you'll see her in the comments, she posted, she was a Diamond Orchard, she posted her downline, something like 7,500 people. Right? Now, for every person in her downline to reach her level of Diamond Orchard, just in her downline alone, for every single person, every single of those 7,500 people to get to Diamond Orchard, you would have to recruit every adult in the United Kingdom, 52 million, odd people, and it's an easy equation to work out. You just, I got from the Office of National Statistics. Okay, you do it yourself. Ask anyone in your downline, your upline, what the downline is, right? For example, this Diamond Orchard, 7,500. All I did was divide the adult population, the 52 million odd, by the number of people in her downline, and it came back with something like 8,000 odd. I don't know, you find it. So it means that if you recruited the entire population of the United Kingdom, only 8,000 people could make it to Diamond Orchard level. And that's what I mean, this whole keep recruiting thing. There isn't enough people, you run out of people. Somebody posted something like 21,000 people in July alone. 21,000 people inquired about joining FM World. 21,000 people. So how realistic is it for all those 21,000 people? It's impossible for them all to get to anywhere near even Diamond Orchard. It's impossible. I mean, I don't know the statistic for every single person in FM World, but we're talking thousands, tens and tens and tens of thousands of people. There's only about 60,000 odd places for people to get to a position where they could supplement the family income, the 600 odd pounds. These are basic maths. Just ask your upline to tell you what their quantity in their downline, and just divide the adult population of the United Kingdom with it, and that'll tell you how many people could physically, if you recruited everyone in the UK, get to that position. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not tearing women down. I bought face creams recently off my mother's friend who struggled tremendously. She owns a beauty salon, nearly shut down in the coronavirus. Meat from a local butcher that had to go online recently because these companies, these were businesses that were shutting down. These businesses pay people to work for them. So no, I don't want. I can't. The idea of people being humiliated, people who are already vulnerable, who made to feel like shit about themselves because they're not making the sales, they're not able to recruit anyone else. It's completely saturated. FM World has already become really infamous in this buy and sell groups. It's been banned from a lot of them. The mums groups, people are sick of seeing the FM World adverts going up. I'm sorry if that hurts you to hear, but it's impossible, and I don't want to see people humiliating themselves, alienating friends and family. I know people from when Forever Living was fashionable a few years back. So humiliating. It's humiliating. They lost money. This is no different. It's just another MLM. I haven't just got it in for FM World. I've got it in for all MLMs because, 99% of people that get involved losing money. And you know what I mean? I do the 1%. The 1% telling their downline, telling them, insisting they work harder, you work harder. You'll be where I am, and if you can't get to where I am, you're not working hard enough. They are liars. They're bitches. There they are, bitches. I'm sorry if that hurts you to say. That 99% who get in and they work their asses off and they try so hard and they get nowhere, they're not bitches. They're victims. Sorry if that hurts you to hear. They're victims. But these ones up the top, been in there for 3 years, telling these 99% that the 99% that pay for their lavish lifestyles by their constant investments, their constant spamming, them who are telling the majority of the FM world that they can get there. There's blatant lies. They know they can't, and that's why they're bitches. They're lying bitches, and I'm not going to change my opinion on that. I'm not going to get angry with anybody who is in that 99%. Nobody. You're all victims if you're in that 99%. I'm not going to get angry with any of you. You can lash out at me all you like, hate me all you like. This time next year, we'll see how you feel. So that's to answer your first question. Thank you.
Yeah, it cut me out, but basically my comment was basically about building each other up rather than tearing each other down. I particularly buy from family and friends who I know that are selling. I got recruited to FM from a very close friend of mine. I was not groomed. Don't believe I was. I don't believe anyone is that recruits. They don't pry on certain situations. They don't pry on certain individuals either. I think that bit of your research is entirely wrong. It's given me an opportunity to have a bit of extra cash to go and do the things I used to enjoy pre-mum life. Go and have my nails done, treat myself. I've brought a Tom Ford inspired candle from MLM. Yes, I had to wait a little bit. I was in no particular rush for a candle, I'm not going to lie, so I waited. It was worth the wait, and it was worth every single bloody penny. It smells incredible, but people who know just know.
I don't think people are groomed in the kind of sinister sense of the word. I think when your friend got you involved, I think she genuinely believed this was a good thing. I think she genuinely thought, I don't know when she got involved. I think she's seen her upline. She's seen how well they're doing. She made some sales. You've got to remember, FM world has really exploded in the last few months. Probably a lot to do with coronavirus and people losing their jobs. It's really exploded. So there's a massive, massive, massive amount of people joining sort of now. So if your friend got involved like even 6 months plus ago, she was probably making good sales, and she probably was making money off commissions. She got you involved because she wanted you to have the same experience as her, extra money and everything. I'm glad you're having a good experience. What I'm saying to you is, I think in my last video, a lot of people are getting in on the basis of, and as I said, it's not groomed, people aren't doing it to be evil. They're doing it because they want people to, they want to help people. And it's this constant sort of thing of raising women up. It's this belief in women. Which is great, and it makes people feel good about themselves. How sustainable is it? 21,000, somebody said to me, 21,000 people in July alone inquiring. Every single person that it joins is competition for you. They are somebody that's joined somebody else's downline, so it's not somebody that you can recruit. The more people that get recruited, the more competition it is for you to make sales. If your commissions are based on the sales you make, the more people in your town. I mean, you might have your friends and family, you friends, but then say your friend's sister starts selling it or brother starts selling it, they're going to start buying it off them, aren't they? You lose a customer. It's a completely and utterly. It's already saturated, getting more and more saturated by the day. It's going to be impossible to. Like I said, you're being banned from buying sell sites, FM distributors. It's constant spam from FM world distributors. Everywhere now. This is how I found out about FM World. Constantly seeing it everywhere, spamming everywhere, constantly seeing it. So yeah, you seem like such a lovely person, Jane, and you seem level-headed, and I just don't think you probably haven't got a bad bone in you at all. You sound lovely, like I said. So that's my answer to your second video. Saturated market. Even if you're doing well now, it's just not sustainable. The more people that join, the less likely you are to be able to make sales until everyone's selling it. Then we all just have to buy it for ourselves. So if you smell FM perfumes and fragrances and use their products, they sell themselves. There's no word of a lie. It's partly why I joined. I'm not joining to become a big megabucks. I'm not joining to prey on vulnerable people. I've joined purely for selfish reasons because I like the products and it gives me a bit of extra cash, enough to go and get my nails done. I also work for a company which is also another ladder scheme. I am a front row employee. There are many people above me who earn on the things that I do on my little hamster wheel. Every hamster's got a story. Every human's got a sob story. Everyone is in a situation where they wish they were in higher situations. It's life.
But yeah, no, that's my response to both your videos, really. I think you are a mother as well.
Yeah, you're right. The companies, you work hard at your level in the company you work for, and the people above you benefit. But as I said in my other video, the people above you, most of whom, if they had started at your level, they've worked bloody hard to get to where they are. And if they hadn't started at your level, then they've probably invested thousands in a degree. So to do costs, that's like £50,000 to do a degree. They've invested thousands in a degree, thousands in course. They've educated themselves. They've worked really hard in that way to get to the level to go above you. If you now, you're a mother, if you decided your child's, I don't know how old your children are, your child is, they start full-time education, you could do a part-time course. Yes, it would be an investment of money. You could retrain, you could even do a degree, you could even do a degree. You seem like a bright enough lady to do that. There's no reason why you couldn't. You invested enough time and enough money, you could do a degree in anything you set your mind to, and you could then graduate scheme or whatever, but you would have acquired the skills necessary for you to enter a company at a higher level and achieve a much higher salary than you're on now. Entering an MLM pyramid scheme, no matter your education, and this is why it preys on people who have no education, because it kind of offers the benefits of everything that you could get by training in a subject, learning something, educating yourself, acquiring skills. It offers all this and says, you know, any experience, any qualifications, you can get to this level. You've just got to keep selling, keep recruiting. So yeah, that's the answer to your video. You could do it, Jane. If you're not happy with your level now, no doubt in my mind whatsoever. I mean, I know people with fantastic jobs who aren't bright at all. Just put the time into the courses, acquired the skills necessary. You could do that. You could, if you put the time in now that you're putting in FM world into something that inspires you. 3 years from now, 4 years from now, perhaps 5, you're doing it part-time, you could have the skills necessary to do a job that is extremely fulfilling to you and that you absolutely love. Yes, you'll have to invest money. You would have to invest money, but it would pay off eventually. And you could get your nails done in the best nail bar ever, get your hair done anywhere you liked. And that's the difference between an MLM pyramid scheme and entering into that and an actual company. And
I'm a mum, you're a mum, you've put in extensive research into something that you're not even part of. For what? Because you don't believe in it, that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion, that's absolutely fine, you go. But whilst you're doing it and whilst you're expressing your opinion, don't start tearing down other people. Like, that's not fair. If someone's doing really well in FM, or if they're doing really well in something else like Body Shop, shouldn't we be praising that? And be like, oh, well done you must have put effort in to get there, congratulations. They're not groomers, they're not predators of any kind of sort. I joined through my best friend. She didn't groom me to join. I think a load of us can say the same.
Oh, I mean, I did it in my other video. I'm not tearing down any women. Women like you, Jane, are wonderful people. I know you are. I don't need to know you in real life. I can just see you by the way you talk, by the way you speak, the way level-headed you are. You're lovely, and I can see by the way you think you don't think badly of people. Just a nice person, just a good person. But you're a lovely mum to your child, and I can see that. And 99% of the people that get involved they're like you, lovely people. When I get involved, they see, we're going to raise these women up. The women up there, your upline, who've done so well, they haven't done so. They never got in at your level. They got in early. And they didn't have to struggle. They didn't have to message people. They didn't have to pester people. Like you said, the products in your other video, they probably did. I've never smelt it, but from what I've heard, they do sell themselves. And if only 1 or 2 people are selling them, it's going to be easy to make sales. And these people who got in early before it was known about, they're running fantastic sales. They recruited people. It wasn't hard. They didn't work as hard as you. It's impossible for them to have worked as hard as anybody entering now. I take exception if I tell you what, this is what would convince me that they weren't bitches, that they weren't predators. This would convince me if every single one of them publicly displayed their downline week on week, how it was increasing, and they showed all of the new recruits. They were completely transparent, all of the new recruits. This is what it takes to be where I am. So everybody who were to join could see for themselves what it would take to get to where they are. They could see for themselves. That's honesty. That is honesty. That's all I owe. So that they could go in knowing what they were coming into. Because that's not what happens. The people in the downline, the people who you look up to, who you think have done so well, they have done well off the backs of naive people who have got no idea what it took for them to get there, got no idea what's in their downline. They just keep getting told by them, look at my lifestyle, I worked so hard, and if you work as hard as me, you can get to where I am. In my other video, I've proven that it's impossible for even the tiniest fraction of the newest recruits to get anywhere near where they are. It's impossible. So they lie. It's the constant lies. It's lies. I'm sorry, Jane, it is. They're lying unless they are prepared to tell you what the downline is. They're lying, and the reason they won't tell you the downline is because they just know that no one would join. No one would join. They'd see how silly it was, how ridiculous it was. No one would join, and that's why they have to hide it. And the fact they have to hide it is because they know it's ridiculous. It's all sold off the back of misinformation and lies. I'm not going to change. You're not a bad person. And I don't think even they didn't start out being a bad person. I don't think they started out being a bad person. But as they went up and up and up, and probably their downline telling them to recruit, they just become like, oh, I've got to do it. And they know that they can't tell the truth. So they know that the pressure's on them to recruit as well. I mean, they turn into that person. I think it's impossible not to turn into that person. And that's what makes me sad as well. People turning into people who probably were lovely, like you, going like that, just turning into like, oh yeah, come on, you can get to where I am, harder, work harder, recruit. Come on, you can live like me, you can have your best life. And it's all nonsense. They can't get to where they are now. That's all I'm saying. You're a bitch if you're lying to people. Liars are bitches. Lying women, lying about people. They're bitches. We know that. If they're prepared, and that's why in my response video I kept on saying, don't engage. I will engage with you as soon as you post your downline. Post your downline. What level are you? What's your downline? Post it and I'll engage with you. Only one lady, Diamond Orchard, was prepared to post a downline. All the other ones told me to sod off. They wouldn't do it. They refused. The only women who would post their downline with the low levels of 3%, they were like, oh, here's my downline. I was like, well, you're 3%. I knew you were going to post your downline. That's not what I was after. And that one woman only did it because I kept pestering. I made it impossible for her not to. She posted a downline in the end, and it was just mind-blowing. It's like, wow, you're there, Diamond Orchard, with your 700-odd people. And it's ridiculous are you telling your do your members of your downline know? Do the people that are entering the bottom rung know what it'll take to get to you? Because if they did, they wouldn't join. Nobody would. Perhaps people like you would, who think, well, yeah, I'm not interested in getting up there. But you and I both know that people are joining this off the basis of it being the answer to their financial problems, which is based on people who are right up there saying, I used to be like you once, I was a single mum, or I just lost my job, or I was earning no money, or we were struggling, and now look at me, I just stuck with it, and I've been in 2 years now, and I kept on selling, and I kept on recruiting, and if you do like I did, you can be where I am. And that's an outright lie. That is a lie. And if you're going to push that lie on people, desperate people, that makes you a bitch. Come on, Jane, can you not see that? It makes you a bitch. And I'm sorry, but that tearing women down, no, they tear women down emotionally. That bottom rung, that 99%, they're torn down. They're torn down emotionally, financially, all the rest of it, and it pains me. And that's why I made the video. I made the video. If I just save one person from getting involved with something that's going to hurt them on those levels. It's worth it. It's worth
I'm
it.
going to sign out now, so sorry that they're in a little series of videos, but that's the beauty of filming on Snapchat, I suppose. I'm currently really melting, so I needed this filter to help out. But yeah, no, so well done on all your research. I hope you've gained out whatever it is that you were looking to gain. Maybe in future just stop, be a bit nicer the way you express your own opinion. You don't have to like it, no one's asking you to like it or support it, but instead of calling them names under the sun and accusing them, assuming that they are predators, says it all really about yourself. But anyway, I wish you the best of luck. And if you want to debate, you're more happy to. And no, I will not screenshot anything for you because I'm not legally required to do so. But I'm happy to have a debate because I love one of those.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate your videos. I love a debate. I don't love a debate. I love a discussion. I love having a chat with people. I really appreciate your videos. I would love to put our videos together in one video and post it for people. It would be, and this is not just to you, Jane, but to anybody who is cross with me, anybody who's angry with me, anybody who just wants to talk. I've said to a few people in the comments who were less kind of angry and manic, who were just asking questions, I said, feel free to send me a PM, private message, and we'll chat. I can chat to you on here, on the telephone facility, on Facebook Messenger. Happy to chat to you. I can do a Zoom session with you. I don't mind if a few ladies who are cross with me, provided you want to keep it civil, want to go on a Zoom session and put your criticisms to me, and I can answer them. I will take your feedback on board. Perhaps I probably was a bit harsh. I probably was a bit harsh on people. Like I said, I don't think 99% aren't predators, but the ones at the top lying, well, they are, aren't they? They're scooping people in. Perhaps I probably was a bit harsh, Jane. You're probably right. I can be like that. Can be a bit harsh. But it wasn't aimed at you. It wasn't aimed at you. It wasn't aimed at anybody like you. It was, I'm not saying it was aimed at saving you. Not saving you. You're having a good time. You're earning your money to do your nails and stuff, and you're happy. Go for it. It's aimed at you're a chatty woman, right? You are. I can. You're confident. You've made a video to me. A lot of women getting sucked into this, getting roped into this, who aren't like you. They're not chatty. They're not confident. They're not. They're quite quiet, introverted. Just need extra money, and they're just not gonna. It's just not gonna be able to do it. They're going to feel like failures, and the uplines are going to keep saying so. And one lady who messaged me in my inbox actually said to me, who was going to get out of FM World, and she said she'd seen my video, and she was like, she'd been doing FM World, I can't remember now, either February or January, and she said that as soon as she started, there was this pressure from her upline to buy the over 200 or whatever pounds worth of goods, and because if she needed those goods because she'd be able to sell them, and she said that she had like a few thousand, like about 500 pounds worth of goods just stored, and she was able to sell one or two items every now and again, but she just couldn't sell them. And she knew that she was not going to be able to sell them, and she said that the only reason she was literally hanging on in FM World was to sell those items, and then she was going to get out. But then there was this constant pressure from her upline to keep buying more, and that's what I take exception to. And and you could probably think, well, yeah, maybe she should just told her upline to sod off, but the people that get involved are kind of a bit meek and mild, aren't they? They join this because they feel like they're part of something. You feel like it's a sisterhood. They don't want to upset the people up there who they look up to. They want to be approved of, and they're like, and the uplines are there. They I guess she's spending this £200, and they're all telling her she's amazing and she feels good about herself then, but really she's got a load of stuff in a front room or under her stairs that she's trying to sell. It's people like her. It's people like her that I'd like it to resonate with. Can you understand that, Jane? So again, anybody who wants to do a Zoom session with me must give permission for me to post it. Anyone who wants to do that, I'm up for it. Up for a discussion with anyone. Any questions you want to put for me, or anyone who wants to have a private chat with me. No Zoom sessions, no anything else. Just private message me, and you have any questions for me. I'm happy to go through it. haven't just got it in for FM world. That was just the first video I made. Since starting looking into MLMs, God, I've got a lot of videos planned. So, yeah, get in touch.